Phylogenetic trees can be very beneficial in seeing how everything fits together, to determine which species are more closely related, and to identify where the different traits evolved and changed over time. Let's quickly go over the logistics of a phylogenetic tree so that you will know how to make one on your own. When given the structure of a tree, the names of the species will always go at the end of a line, with nothing else connected to the end, as you can see here. A characteristic that has evolved over time is going to be located somewhere along a line. Let's use bony skeleton as an example. We know that everything after bony fish is going to have a bony skeleton, but everything else, including sharks and rays, do not. This means that we are going to place the characteristic of bony skeleton along the line that branches off to both bony fish and to everything else, to indicate that they all have the bony skeleton. If I had placed it on the line that goes only to bony fish, right here, then it would indicate that bony fish were the only species with a bony skeleton. So be sure that you are always careful as to which line you place your characteristic on, so that it applies to all of the species that it should. Now, let's answer some questions about the evolution of bony skeletons. How did this change in character change these species' living situations, what they eat, and how they move? Having a bony skeleton meant that they were strong enough to carry their weight and to crawl on land. It meant that they could support more weight in general, and the species itself could grow to become larger. As these species grew larger, their array of prey increased, as they could prey on other species that were now smaller than them. What are other benefits or challenges of the evolution of the bony skeleton? Now that the skeleton is fixed on the inside of these species, there is less outer protection compared to, say, an exoskeleton, where their bones are like armor they wear outside their skin. Again, these are thought questions. You should think about it and give your best hypothesis. You might even consider Googling the benefits and drawbacks of a bony skeleton. Did bony skeletons converge similarly in other groups? It does not appear that bony skeletons converged more than once or in any other group. If it had, though, it would be what we call a homoplasy, which means that it appears more than once, and each time it appears, it has its own point of origin that is separate from the others.